So, if you don't know, my top performing video is Past versus Modern Day Punishment, and the video has the most comments of any video and a decent amount of likes. Speaking of comments and likes, I know, I'm a small YouTuber begging for attention, but please, if you could, slap a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on what video I should do next. Also, one more thing. My last commentary video had a terrible viewer attention rate, so if you could, please stick to the end of the video. And with that out of the way, here is my video. So, as some of you know, I was in Mr. Lin's 8th grade social studies class, and in Tennessee, 8th grade social studies is American history. So, during the beginning of the year, we were learning about the colonization and colonial America. Mr. Lin, as one of the projects of that year, decided to do one about modern day versus back then. Not only to make sure we learned what we needed to know about colonial times, but also to learn a little bit about modern day. The presentations were going to be, pretty simple. We got to choose from things like food, health, science, religion, but there was one outlier. Punishments. Obviously, I think you know which one me and Tyler chose. Yeah, I still don't understand why we chose the hardest one to complete. Okay, well, if you don't know, even though I'm pretty loud and outgoing, I have crippling stage fright. The only way I can perform in front of people is if I am confident in front of that specific group or if people are laughing. And that right there is why I got into creating videos even though I didn't even know how to edit. It's just so much easier on my head and on a humor standpoint to go through it scripted and be able to edit in stuff that I think is funny or important and edit out stuff that I do not like. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I was very nervous going in front of the whole class and reading about something and not being funny the whole time. So I asked Mr. Lin if I could do a video instead of a presentation in front of the class, and Mr. Lin, being the Omega Chad that he is, said yes. At first, we just decided to record in front of a green screen and use the same stock image of a town and call it a day, but
We have punishments and laws to protect our society and social order. Back in colonial times, they also had laws and punishments. These are very similar and different because of humanity.
Dang, Tyler, you over here looking and sounding like Mickey Mouse. I mean, I shouldn't be judging. I look like freaking Jim Carrey over here. But, I am still gonna judge because sorry for that. Anyways, let's continue. After filming, two things came to mind. One, this is bad even on our standards, and two, we did not have enough footage. This usually would not have been a problem. We could have just added some more to the script, but there was a problem with that. One of the grades was visual representation. At this point, we were freaking out. We were screwed. How on earth were we gonna do visual representation of punishment? There was only one way, and we both knew what that was. We were gonna have to go out and film back then versus modern day punishments as family friendly as we could. So 2 days after the project, we went out to my church and used supplies there from the playground, the yard, the baby doll to make it somewhat comprehensible on what we're trying to accomplish. Oh yeah, and before I get crap for this, yes, I know that the kind of waterboarding that was shown in the video is technically torture and not used in modern day America. But it says extra footage before that, so all of your criticism is wrong, and my ego saved, and I am perfect, and everyone is beneath me. So, at first, we tried to use a tripod, but it looked actually terrible, especially in literally all but one of the scenes the camera is moving. So, we got the only other person there to film. My mom. Yes, you heard me right. My mom filmed me and Tyler literally torturing each other and me getting waterboarded. There's actually a part where she laughs as I'm drowning with a bandana over my head.
I don't know.
Yup. Love you too, Mom. Oh yeah, also, can we go over the fact that you have been sitting here for 4.5 minutes listening to me talk about being tortured over gameplay of me killing Americans as a Nazi while talking over Animal Crossing music? Yeah, Animal Crossing, that one really peaceful Nintendo game where all the troubles of the world go away. Where you can fish all day and the characters are 2 feet tall and the currency is literally bells. Yeah, that one. Well, back to what I was saying. We were coming up with ideas for the video like stocks and pillory, whipping, and branding. You might be thinking, wait a second, Isaac. I didn't see any whipping or branding on the colonial punishment side. And you'd be right. We had to discard like 3 minutes of footage because it was either wasn't family friendly or it was really gay. Yeah, when we were doing the whipping portion, even though I was hitting him in the back, it kinda looked like I was spanking Tyler with a whip. Yeah, I know. So we just decided to ditch that part and go with some simpler things like stocks and pillory, when me just throwing random things at him. Now, for modern day, we kinda just did a joke with this one, like police brutality. Man, we were really ahead of our time. And waterboarding. You know, I still regret not doing jail. Oh my gosh, that could have been so easy. Why did we not do that? We literally could have just thrown each other into a dark room, closed the door, and put a piece of paper saying jail on it. Dang it, we could have used it for both modern day and colonial times. Ah! Anyways, sorry for that little outburst. Those happen from time to time. Anyways, again, back to what I was saying. So, really quickly, I'm going to answer some quick questions. Question number 1. Why did we have a massive bleep in the video during the police brutality section? Well, that's pretty simple. I said, "Sir, I'm 16, please," even though I have a child. Yeah, my mom didn't really like that. So, to patch this up, we decided to make it sound like Tyler was swearing and screaming as he pinned me to the car and arrested me. Question number 2. Who was the owl? I don't know. Tyler doesn't know. No one knows. We were literally doing improv. Nothing was scripted or planned, and we only got one take, so everything was pretty weird. Question number 3. Why on earth did we decide to waterboard me? I don't know. Just kinda felt like it. So, before this, we didn't actually script anything, which was a terrible idea. We didn't get to do any retakes because we were too lazy to wait until my clothes dry and refill the buckets with water. During the presentation, you can see Tyler proceed to beat the crap out of me with a stick and interrogate me, which I wasn't prepared for, but just went along with it.
On your box. Oh, jeez. Hey!
It was pretty close and pretty bad. After that, it was the main event, the waterboarding. It had all led up to this, the climax of the video, where it all would change, the pinnacle of 8th grade comedy, and my boost in infamy.
Oh, I just got a payment and a name.
I just got a payment and a name. I just got a payment and a name.
Let's just say, it didn't go as planned. Yeah, it went pretty bad, for reasons more obvious than others. Yeah, during the waterboarding, we did way too much water way too quickly, so I didn't really have any time to breathe and I started to actually drown, but luckily I kept my composure and didn't crack until the water was almost up. And that's most of the story. I mean, Tyler then came up with a second bucket of water and poured it on me, but that's not really important to the story. Oh yeah, Tyler, I refuse to give you credit even though I have mentioned you like 25 times and I'm showing your name right now. I refuse to give you credit. Ha ha ha, very funny poggers. Now that we were done with the video and editing was done, the day of the presentation arrived. This is it. Everything we had worked for. The punishments, the humiliation, the waterboarding. It had all led up to this. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. The whole classroom, including Mr. Lin, had all started laughing and applauding at us torturing each other. The group of us boys sitting in rows congratulating me and Tyler on our excellence and the fact that the video is so bad that it's good. We even got a 100 on the assignment. Even though we were missing so much information, we aced the presentation. So, is this the end of our little tale? A single memory and hundreds of the haha funny moment? Well, not exactly. No, in fact, it's not! Mr. Lin decides, oh, this is really funny! Better show every single one of my classes without telling Isaac or Tyler! Mr. Lin, if you are hearing this, and I'm just joking, it was actually kind of funny and gave me and Tyler some popularity, so thank you for that. You are an Omega Chad. So, that's it. Just in their trophy on the wall of the haha top 10 funny Isaac moments? You know, I think it's more than that. It's a memory that will be ingrained in mine and several people's heads. It's what got me into making videos in the first place. It was my first place on the class of 2024 timeline. And you know, even after all the tortures and humiliation, I still really like that memory. Dang, my longest video ever done. But it feels like it took me no time at all to do. Actually, that's a complete lie. It took days. Thank you for coming this long. It means a lot to me. If you could, please like, comment, and subscribe. Anyways, my mom just called me for dinner, so see ya.